Welcome back into the news portion of DSI now. In Worcester County, $3.3 million is going to funding 7 different projects aimed at catching the county up and helping it pull ahead. The most expensive project involves dredging the commercial seaport in Ocean City to allow more commercial and recreational boats to dock and to help support the fresh seafood industry in the town. Another project approved by the state would bring high-speed broadband to Berlin, opening up the kinds of businesses that can take advantage of the downtown multi-floor space. Economic Director Melanie Purcell tells us that she's thrilled to get this funding.
By making this investment in dredging the commercial harbor, not only are we going to retain the existing vessels, commercial and sport vessels that we have, we'll be able to attract additional vessels. We have lost some over the years because of the shoaling and of the silting, so this is really going to open us back up to full service.
Well, the additional projects included expanding wastewater capacity to allow for new growth in the county, as well as infrastructure improvement in the areas of using bikeways, walkways, and pathways in Pocomoke.
All right, let's get to it. Your weekend forecast as we take a break here, and we're going to get back to DSI in just a moment. But looking at much cooler numbers, but a much quieter scenario overall after the big storm system that moved through yesterday and brought us all that rain. Temperatures taking a drop, 47 tomorrow for a high. We're back to these nights in the 20s. This is going to go beyond the weekend, and even low 40s for Sunday. So the idea is at least dry travel conditions, and then going along with that, those below average temperatures. But, you know, today it was nice to see the sun. How about this blue sky, this deep blue sky? Amazing to see a 24-hour difference from what we had for Thursday. This is meteorologist Ulysses Garcia, by the way. This is what he got a chance to do today. Drive around in the Mobile Weather Center earlier today, checking out conditions at Madison and Dorchester County. And it was a rough one, though, along the coast. This was some high surf taken at Ocean City Inlet. This is from Terry Soboleski. Thank you for that picture. And that's been a problem here throughout the day, but it's at least becoming less of an issue going into the evening. Although I should say, as a caveat to that, still some coastal flooding issues for the southern Maryland going into Accomack County. I know I just heard a few people from Crisfield saying that the high waters there are still a problem. So a little bit longer to deal with that going into the weekend. And on top of the fact that we had 2 to 3 inches of rain to go along with it. So going into the weekend being colder, as we talked about, dry early next week. And then we're looking at a major late week storm system, or really 2 systems. It's going to be back to back to go along with an Arctic cold front that could bring us into a scenario that would include some wet snow. Okay. 55, we'll get there in a moment. 55 degrees, that was the high today at Salisbury Airport, technically just about 51 minutes past midnight there. So it's just been a steady decline throughout the day with our temperatures. Started the day at 40, or low temperature here just before midnight of 42. So there's the satellite and radar. The idea is the storm system is now well up the coast, so we're done talking about the major issues with the winds, if you will. And even looking to the south and west, there's no development yet. Again, it's going to be several days before we see the storm system that I'm tracking for later in the week develop, and then the Arctic front coming in behind it, essentially working as a second system here. Weather Watchers trying to update the numbers, and I apologize to you all there, but we're looking at numbers from earlier that were running in the 40s, you can see here, but we do expect things to be much colder as we go into the evening here, as we fall through the 30s and eventually into the upper 20s in some spots. This is Futurecast for your Saturday. That westerly flow will continue, but other than that, just a mixture of high clouds and sun throughout the day, and it should be a pretty decent start to the weekend, albeit cool. 30 to 35 tonight under a mostly clear sky. We go with 44 to 49 tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. Braziers Carpet Care dog walking forecast is a chilly one, but it's going to be a decent day overall. And the marine forecast, some improvements out there. Still small craft advisories out for a few spots. And I'm going to have more with my back weather coming up here in just a few minutes, but looking at that rain Thursday and the potential for some wet snow on Friday. We're coming back on the other side of the break. Brandon and Devin, they've got more DSI for you. Stay with us.